The daughters were clearly being bullied, but their father was overjoyed because he finally saw hope in them. When the father returned home, he saw two boys covered in mud, all because of the trouble caused by his daughters. The neighbors came to demand an explanation. He looked in surprise at the two disheveled boys, then turned to his daughters, but they were clean, neat, and completely unscathed. Not even their clothes were dirty. He immediately apologized to the neighbors, and after they left, the father impatiently asked his daughters how they did it. The two sisters, seeing their father was not angry, immediately demonstrated the moves they used. The father watched them, and instead of scolding, was extremely excited. Amir was once the national wrestling champion of India, winning countless honors and trophies. But for the sake of life, he had to give up his wrestling career. Yet in his heart, he always carried an unfinished dream, to win a world-class gold medal for his country. Now Amir could no longer compete. So he placed all his hopes on having a son, but his wife gave birth to 4 daughters in a row. When the 4th child was still a girl, he completely gave up and accepted his fate, taking down all the medals and certificates from the wall and storing them away along with his dream. Until that day, Amir saw new hope. His 2 daughters showed incredible wrestling talent. He suddenly realized even girls could win gold, but his wife disagreed, and most people thought wrestling was a sport for boys. Amir only asked his wife for 1 year. If the daughters failed, he promised to give up this dream forever. Before training began, he let his daughters eat one last fried meal, because starting tomorrow, these would no longer be allowed. Skirts made running difficult, so he replaced them with shorts. Every morning at 5, Amir woke them up for a morning run, strictly controlling their diet and ensuring enough nutrition, even lowering his pride to negotiate with the butcher. Even though the family was struggling financially, Amir still wanted to send his daughters to a wrestling center for training, but the coach refused, saying girls were not allowed to practice wrestling. So Amir built a temporary training ground in his own field and personally dug a simple wrestling pit for them. The high-intensity training left the sisters exhausted. They often dozed off in class, and at night they could hardly sleep from muscle pain. The sisters tried every way they could to escape training.